Okay, I guess we're ready.
How's that?
I think it's alright.
Does loud sound okay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Nice and throaty?
Yeah. You didn't have to conceal it.
No, but I think it helps with the wind.
Helps what?
With any wind.
Oh, okay.
Does it sound natural? Kind of open?
It's alright, yeah.
Okay. Ready to rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll. Hello.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hello.
This is Kelli Nis. And we are going to discover America with him.
Nice.
How about that?
Sounds good.
You ready?
I think so.
Let's see. Okay. So, the first weird question popped up in my mind is this. It's recently, I think about it myself a lot. What's your first childhood memories, like when you became self-conscious?
Of any memories?
Of any. Like, do you have something in particular that you're like, this is the moment I remember myself first time?
Yes.
All right, shoot.
Well, other than just kind of being a baby or something, I was in a park, and I think I was only like 1.5, and I was in my little baby outfit, and I was walking with my mom, and there was a train, there was a big band shell. It was gorgeous. It was like Easter or something. And there was a train that this old dude drove around. It was really little miniature steam engine, you could ride on it. And I remember just kind of stepping for the first time and holding my mom's hand and going, whoa. But I'd been there before, but I hadn't walked. She must have carried me or something. And I had and then later I had a choo-choo train hat. You know, striped one. And like a guy that ran a train. Had a bell. It was really cool, man.
Before, maybe 4 or 5 years old.
Really?
But I had this situation that I asked to buy birds, like pigeons, to keep it in the attic. And my father took me to the market and we bought 2 pigeons and put them in the attic in a little cage. And the next morning we just found the feathers because the cat ate them.
Nice.
That was the first traumatic experience with the pets for me.
Oh, yeah, those come. No, my dad, as mean as I thought he was, tried to forewarn me. He said, you don't even want to know, man. I grew up on a farm. You really got to take care of these things, you know. I'm like, okay, you're right. I mean, St. Bernard puppy's really nice, but they shit something like the size of that backpack. It's unbelievable. What the fuck, man? And not just like 2 times a day, like 10 times a day. So it's like having a horse. But it was a great dog. Loved that dog.
That was your first pet?
Yeah, I think so, except for the goldfish that died when I was in 1st grade. And then I had some like tadpoles and garter snakes and stuff, which I would catch and then let go. Butterflies, we had a bunch of nifty, cool butterflies and moths and stuff.
Yeah, I love butterflies too.
Yeah. My friend was a butterfly collector, man. He was totally into it. He must have been, like, I think we're in Cub Scouts together. And his dad was really cool, and he was the Little League baseball coach and stuff. Really cool, man. We would hang out all the time and find these big-ass, weird fucking caterpillars and moths and butterflies and shit.
There was a lot of them back then, right?
Tons.
So where are they now?
Well, this was in Iowa, though, in the, you know, early mid-'60s, and there was a big fucking field right next to the house.
Right.
And farms everywhere.
So is Iowa the corn capital of the United States?
Probably, and probably the pork capital. And
Pork capital?
no, they don't fuck around, man. It's like 4-1, I think it is. 16 million hogs. They don't fucking piss around.
So what's the Nikite Khrushchev story?
Well, insofar as I know, and I'm sure that my uncle was in the National Guard at the time, and so was my dad. So when Nikita came through Iowa, they had National Guardsmen there, and you know, it was all very kind of cordial, and people said hello and shook hands, and the guys got their picture taken. It was all very diplomatic sort of thing. And I believe that my uncle Denny got to shake his hand, and my dad must have been there too, because my dad was fucking and stuff. He said, my uncle Denny said, yeah, I met him. Seemed like a nice guy. Shook his hand, said hello. Welcome to Iowa. It's, you know, it's kind of cool, I think.
Wow, the airplanes are so loud here.
It's a helicopter.
A helicopter?
I think, or a prop. It's not a helicopter? I think it's a helicopter.
I think it's a plane.
Really? Like a plane with a prop.
Good idea about, what's your good idea? Good idea about good times when you were a kid? When you're growing up in school, what was the fun to do?
School?
Yeah.
Listen to 45s and go home and watch The Green Hornet or Batman.
Okay, so you already started listening to the music back then, right?
Oh, hell yes. 45s, man. All day.
What did you listen to?
Everything that was physically in front of me.
Which
But
was,
not like a maniac, but just like, oh wow, this looks like fun. I wonder what this sounds like. And it was the records of, they were around, and my uncle had them, and my cousins had them, and my friends, brothers and sisters had them. So it was like, you know, anything from like the Disneyland records for kids, which were really cool. And then there was Nat King Cole, and Christmas records, and then like Beach Boys.
oh, that's already rock and roll, right?
Oh yeah, Chuck Berry, you know, Elvis and Beatles records fucking everywhere. And Creedence Clearwater and all these other weird cool bands.
That's fine.
Yeah, but you know, like Jimi Hendrix was playing in Europe like in '67, and in '67 I was 7. So when I heard Jimi Hendrix, I was like, oh my God, it's a monster. It was scary music, but it was like really like, ooh, scary, but not supposed to be scary, but just like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like free jazz turned up to 27 on acid.
Watch out. Let's remove this.
But Jimmy, when I first heard Jimmy like on the radio or something, I was like, God damn it. I mean, it wasn't frightening, but it was like, oh, this is serious. Because it was Vietnam, you know, and you knew about Vietnam because it was on the news.
That's right. So what was in the news about Soviet Union back then?
You know, I don't really honestly remember a hell of a lot about the news in the Soviet Union. It was all about Vietnam in the 60s, like Jesus Christ. I mean, you knew about it. You knew about Russia and the Olympics and all that stuff.
Oh, Olympics were big, right?
I mean, the Russian gymnast girls, that was like, God damn it, man. Whoa, hello. Well, that was a plus. Like, yes, we liked them. You know, it'd been kind of, the Cold War was already old school by the time I was born. Like, yeah, okay, so what, big deal.
Okay.
Like, nobody had a bone to pick with the fucking Russians that I knew of, at least growing up with. Or I never heard adults saying shit about the Russians, or the Japanese, or the Germans, or anybody, actually.
Any Russian music? You heard here? Yeah.
Probably, but not. Only thing that I was aware of that was kind of, that I knew was Russian, so to speak, other than classics.
Malinka, right?
You know, like Tchaikovsky and the piano, you know, pieces that were classical repertoire that you would just hear because that was around. Not that I was trained in that, but from Dr. Zhivago, that da 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 da. That's probably not even Russian.
Yeah,
Is that like a Hollywood theme or something?
Yeah,
Probably.
Could be Hollywood.
But that was, you know, we knew about the Tsar and all kinds of nifty cool stuff and those egg things.
How about Lenin? Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov.
Well, we knew about Lenin and Marx. And
Mark.
no, and let's
Marx
see.
was German, what the heck?
Well, it was a doctrine. You know, we knew they
Yeah.
taught us about the doctrines in high school. It's like, look, man, it's a political, it's an ideology. So just like ours, we have a constitution. We read it in high school. Like, oh, sure, man. Okay, I see. We read Mein Kampf in high school.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yes.
How come?
God, it was a little Dutch town. It was a bunch of people that had been in prison camps and stuff. It was like, hey, man, you got to know about this shit.
Oh, I forgot to ask you. Any religion at school you had like?
At
Introduced
school,
to or whatever, or-
no. There are a lot of private Christian schools. I knew kids that went to Catholic school.
Oh, so you didn't go to Catholic. You went to normal public school, right?
Mm-hmm. And then I dropped out. Well, I left and got a GED. Yeah, my mother was fascinated by the whole Dr. Zhivago thing, so that was my notion of Russia. And then learning about
It was very popular here, right?
huge.
The movie.
No, very romantic. It was beautiful. Everybody was crazy about it. And the Fabergé eggs and all that nifty cool stuff. And then what else? We had the
Kalashnikov machine gun.
I don't know. We didn't talk about that too much.
Yeah, it's I guess nowadays it's more important.
But we all had kids. We were kids. I wasn't even interested in guns, but like I thought they were cool. But even I knew how to use a goddamn gun. It's like that's the first thing they teach you. Like, don't point the fucking BB gun at me, you brain dead idiot. Give me that goddamn thing. It's not a toy. Right away, like, pay attention, stupid. Here, I'll show you how to use a real shotgun. So, yeah. You learn that by the time you're like 12. If you don't know how to do that, you're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And it's not in a mean way. It's just like, look, we got to show you this is not a toy. See this thing? Not a toy.
So you did a lot of boom jobs, right?
Not a lot. There's a whole bunch of people that did way more than I've done.
What was your favorite movie or whatever?
Favorite experience while working on a movie?
Experience,
This scene have to be. Having a cigarette on a porch up near Yonkers with a gal like that was like maybe 20, 22, really nice, thin, like model type. You know, she was in this little Ron Howard Canon Imagination Project thing that me and Antonio were doing. She's really nice. And she smoked cigarettes, and she was from Idaho. And I said, oh man, I'm from Iowa. Do you ever get it where they say Iowa and corn, and for me they say potatoes? She said, yeah, I get that all the time. And we just had this nice little chat. We had a cigarette. It's like, okay, see you later. And it was really nice. But it turns out, and she smokes. She like bummed a cigarette the night before. I was like, you're the one that wanted a cigarette. Don't you know that's bad for you? She says, I know, I can't stop. But she was just a really nice person, like la-di-da. And she wasn't like a city kid. She was from Idaho. So it turns out that she is really gorgeous and like, whoa. And a huge model, which I didn't know. And she's the daughter of Muriel Hemingway. And she grew up in the cabin that was Ernest Hemingway's, like in Idaho somewhere. She told me the name of the town. I was like, was what? She mentioned it, and I thought to myself, oh, that's up near where that is, but I didn't say it. But she's a Hemingway.
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh.
So how all this ended up?
That was it, but it was nice. She was just like this really nice kid, man. It was amazing.
Okay.
But that was fun. That was like, I got to hang out on a porch with a Hemingway and smoke a cigarette. It was nice. And it was my birthday. So I was like, yeah, it's a nice birthday. And I didn't even know that's what it was. It was just like this nice kid. What's up? That was nice. But there was a bunch of nice ones. I'd kind of like to still make movies, but more subtle.
Did you work on some Spike Lee movies?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
I worked on Malcolm for a day, and that was nice. And they even just though I only got to work one day, they still gave me a screen credit. That was amazing. That was so nice. I don't even know why they did that, but it was a thrill. And then I worked on Summer of Sam after that, and then Bamboozled. right?
Bamboozled by love.
Bamboozled. And then a huge television pilot and more than a couple handfuls of commercials with Spike and 40 Acres. Yeah. Summer of Sam was long, man. It was like 12 weeks in the Bronx, basically. I mean, a lot of weeks in the Bronx. But that was nice. Great group of people. Amazing.
All right. What was any live performance that you attended when you were young and it blew you completely, blew your mind, something like that? What kind of band? Or
the first band that I ever saw, I must have been 12, maybe 13. I'm trying to think. 7th grade, maybe. 7th grade. No, 8th grade. Yeah. 7th grade. Shit, I can't remember. 8th grade. Somewhere in there. First band I ever saw, a real band, like a whoa, was the warm-up band for Alice Cooper in Denver, and it was Leslie West and Mountain.
Wow, that's
stupid.
Not bad at all.
Unfucking believable. I just like, what? You know, I thought it was gonna be, you know, la-di-da-di-da, but it was so loud. Like, oh my God! And like completely unfamiliar to me. Like, I have no idea who these people are. But it was so loud, like, oh my God, that's loud. But scorching, you know, like screaming. Because he could really kill that thing. You know, it's like, Jesus Christ, how does he do that? And immediately I thought, well, I don't know who that guy is, but I want to know how to do that. I want to be able to do that someday. I want to be able to stand up there and make that sound. It's like, fuck you. And then Alice Cooper's band came out, and it was the album just after School's Out. So they did all the songs from all the records all the way up through School's Out, and then the new songs. It was like a 2.5-hour show that kicked ass. Unbelievable. So by the time Mountain got done, which was still like, what the fuck, who are these people? And it was a lot of older people. And they all knew who these people, like Felix Papillard, and they tried to explain it to me. I'm like, what? I don't know who that is. So they got all enamored of how loud it was going to be then. And then there was a break, and then we got really stoned again. And then Alice Cooper came out and was like, I know all these songs. This is amazing. And they were really, you know, like 72, these guys were screaming. You know, like they had it down with the big high heel shoes and the fucking SGs, and it was like, yeah! I mean, they were like a huge act at the time.
High heel shoes, that's it.
But huge. I mean, it was screaming, man. Like a really well put together rock and roll band with a show, and it was like fucking rocking. And I loved it because I sat like up, off, you know, like in the first tier, but off to the side, so I could, in about, from like here to that tree, I could see the band and everything, all the shit. I was just like, God damn it, this is so cool. All the songs I knew, from like Killer, remember that record?
Yeah.
All of them, they killed it, it was unbelievable. Because they had those polished by then. That was like old fashioned for them almost. They just came right out and like, yeah, well, we wrote this song like 10 years ago. Fuck you. No, it was screaming. They did You Drive Me Nervous. It's one of my favorite songs in the whole universe. And Under My Wheels, and they just killed it. It was, oh, like really fucking loud too. I mean, they were like in competition with the Stones and everybody else back then. Because the Stones were touring and they were huge. Elton John was touring, Zeppelin.
So you ever seen Jimmy live?
Hendrix? No, not even kind of close. Not even, no idea. I know people that have seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that's fun. Ooh, wow, you hear that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Loon. Okay.
That was a loon?
Loon Connect. I'm just kidding. I remember Loon
I think
Connect.
that's a hawk, man.
So tell me about your family, Kelly. You have a brother, Mike, right?
Yeah.
He's a younger brother?
Yeah.
That's the
4
one
years.
that emailed me, right? With the kid. That's the one? Here we go.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yes, that's Mike. That is a hawk or some kind of shit, man.
Hawk?
You hear it?
I don't know.
Wow, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. Mike is my little brother. He's like the jock. A good guitar player. Monster guitar player. Whew. Killer. But he kind of banged up his hands from being a machinist, so he doesn't play. He said he can't do it anymore. I was like, you stupid asshole. What the fuck is that? You see it?
No.
I think it's over there.
Oh, I see it over there.
Way off.
Circling, yeah.
Holy shit. Does it have like red wings or am I?
Maybe he doesn't
But there's
like
one
that
over
we
here
took his-
too.
Yeah, it's the second one.
Oh, they're
They're gonna
talking.
fight.
I bet they're fishing, man.
I don't know.
They communicate. They must be like nesting, building a nest, right? What the fuck? I don't want any weird humans snooping around. Can't say that I blame them. It's nice though, right? What a nice place to build a house. Who wouldn't? It's like, yeah, let's just hang out up here, way up in the top of this tree for a while and eat some fish.
So your
Till we
brother
get
still
bored.
lives in Iowa?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And your mom?
She's all over the place. We can't find her.
All right.
I'm told by trustworthy people that she in fact does carry a loaded gun.
Did you do this before when you were a kid?
No. It doesn't surprise me though.
People
Yeah,
change.
it's cool. I don't think she plans on using it, but she just has the... Because they're roaming around Arizona and all that shit all the time, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'd rather she learn how to play the piano, to be honest with you. She always wanted to play the piano.
So your parents divorced a while ago. Right? How old were you when they divorced?
They were like together and not together and together, back and forth. And they finally got a divorce, I guess, well, I know, let's see. I know I was in 8th grade when the final whip came down from the chunk. And then they even tried to get together for like a minute after that, or a month or two or some kind of shit. I'm like, would you please make up your goddamn minds, people? Because I just wanted to live in Colorado. I was like, fuck. Not that there's anything wrong with Iowa, but Colorado's really nice, man. Beautiful girls and all these mountains, and you could play in a band, and we smoke weed. It was
Nice
beautiful.
weather there?
It's beautiful. It's like this every day. This is a crappy day in Colorado. I'm serious, man. This is like a, oh, yeah, okay, whatever.
Temperature-wise or
No, Colorado Springs is
wind-wise?
so fucking nice, it's unbelievable. It's just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. They ride their bikes. They're beautiful. It's unbelievable. Makes you
So
wanna
how did
throw
you
up.
come up with the knowing of SBB, Polish band?
Oh, that was from my friend Andrew.
That was quite a surprise.
Yeah, he's a really brilliant guy and lived out in the Hamptons and had like a lawn business and lived out in a really cool guy, and he knew all the other Polish plumbers, and he knew Michael Urbaniak and all that stuff. And we just became friends. He was a great carpenter, and we would hang out and listen to weird, cool records together, especially fusion stuff like that. Like
All
we're
sorts?
crazy. Oh yeah, we both like fucking love music and hi-fis and
shit.
stuff. Yes, totally.
And he got SBB also?
He said, you got to hear this if you like that. Oh, and then from him I learned what Nagra means,
Oh, the machine.
because I saw, he gave me a record. He gave me one of the records, like, oh, fuck, this is great. And I noticed that it said like Polska Nagrania or something like that. And then somehow I found out, I told him that's what a Nagra was, and that was really cool too. Yeah, I love that band. Well, there's another band from Italy, PFM, do you remember that?
I don't.
PFM, they had like a violin player and stuff too. PFM.
Good mix.
Kinda, sorta. Yeah, like everybody was sorta doing it. Then Jan Hammer got a different violin player, Steve Kindler or something like that, Kindler. Yeah, the Jan Hammer group, that wasn't Jerry Goodman. I saw that violin player. I saw Ponty. Sorry, I'm a little preoccupied here, it's kind of disgusting.
It's all right. I guess we're about to finish the conversation and move on to some barbecue.
Nice.
I hope you're ready for some meat.
Yes.
Does it make you hungry? You have smoke?
It helps my appetite.
I mean, otherwise you don't have one, or?
Well, let's see. I tend to, no, yeah, sometimes I go without eating because it's just better, like, you know? It's just a kind of a thing.
All right.
But it does help, yeah, mild euphoria and increased appetite, that's the bulk of the experience.